What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here. Welcome back to the channel. You know, this has got to be one of the easiest videos I'm ever going to do. Because, you know, the world loves the Meteor 350. And let's talk about why. Well, the reason why I say it's going to be the easiest is because I'll tell you, everybody in the world loves this motorcycle. And I can tell you why I do, and here's a few of the reasons. Man, is it cheap to run. Let me put it to you this way. I took the old Softail Deluxe out for a ride here in a couple videos ago, and man, I'll tell you what, I'm so used to getting 75, 80 miles a gallon. When I was getting 45 to 50, I was thinking like, man, I'm doing something wrong. Now, I know all of you guys that hate Harleys will say, yeah, because you're riding a Harley. No, the reason why I felt that way is because I'm getting some phenomenal fuel economy. And you ask yourself, well, why would the rest of the world love a bike simply because of fuel economy? Well, my feelings are this. This bike, the Meteor 350, has a really unique look. I mean, it looks a lot like the thank you. It looks a lot like a Harley-Davidson style cruiser. In fact, that video I did a couple weeks ago with the similarities between the Harley line and the Royal Enfield line kind of pushed some of those points. The fact that it's old school looking, it's simple to operate, it's got older school but yet modern components in the technology. But yeah, I mean, it really does remind you a lot, this cruiser style in particular, the Meteor 350, of a Harley-Davidson, like a Sportster. In fact, one of the things I think for the future, and we'll talk about that later in this video, but the fact that everybody loves this bike because of the way it looks, but also the fact that it's just sippy on fuel. I mean, like I said, I've gotten up to 90 miles a gallon in this thing, but my average is between 83 and 85 miles a gallon, which is just phenomenal. I'm telling you, that is amazing gas mileage for a bike that'll take me to 70 miles an hour, and then, you know, particularly on these back roads, just running like 40, 55 just without any problem whatsoever. And I think that's one of the big things that causes the love affair. And I'll tell you, the last couple of months has really proven it to me, because gas prices in America has jumped a couple bucks a gallon, pretty much average all over the United States. And that in its own right, this fact that it gets such good mileage, is going to enable people to actually fall in love with smaller motorcycles. And I think it's one of the reasons why this bike here does so well. You know, I have a lot of fans in India, and a lot of them talk to me not only through email, but also on the comment section, and through my Facebook group as well too, Fans of Old Man Ronin. If you're not a member, I suggest you go there. Basically, they tell me the same thing all the time. Gas has never been cheap there. And the fact that America has such a high tariff on their motorcycles coming over to there, like the Harley-Davidson or the Indian or things like that, it makes it really expensive to ride the bigger motorcycles. And I'm sure insurance is pretty high there too. But what they tell me is it's part of their culture to have a smaller size engine, simply because it's more efficient. The average person can really afford it more. And I'm thinking now with you know, in fact, you guys out there in California, we're approaching $7 a gallon for fuel. Despite the fact that it was not a great highway bike, this is something if you want to do some, you know, some economical riding and still love motorcycles. You know, not all of us can afford brand new Harley Davidsons and brand new BMWs. So a motorcycle like this, the fact of it is it comes in relatively inexpensive, and then it's got relative low cost for both maintenance and fuel. It makes it a perfect bike, and you can still get into these corners and have a good time with it. I think that's one of the reasons why this bike is so well loved. In other words, it checks all the boxes. It gives you great fuel economy. It's really easy to work on. It's freaking beautiful. And of course, the fit and finish on this thing, like I said, rivals anything that is being made anywhere in the world. You know, I do a lot of these Meteor videos lately because I'm not sure how long I'll actually have this motorcycle anymore. We're approaching over 2 months now, and I really do love the fact I've got the opportunity to have Royal Enfield let me borrow this, because I really do enjoy this motorcycle. It is one of my favorite motorcycles to ride, and it reminds me of when I first started riding. Let's go through our little you never know what's coming through the old tunnel. And we could do a rev bomb. Yeah, I mentioned on the last video that I did that I would love to see S&S come out with some exhaust pipes, and I'll put a couple pictures there. They have them for the 650, and I think it would be a really cool addition to do a exhaust system for this bike as well too, particularly the American market. That way you can get a little bit of throatiness. You know, I have people ask me, well, do you have to downshift a lot? Well, first off, I want to say, dude, it's a 349cc engine. So yes, you're going to have to downshift. That's just part of the animal. It's like riding a 10-speed bike and you're up in those higher gears. You're not going to be going up a straight incline. You're going to have to downshift to get to the proper place, because your little butt isn't got 1 HP. Nice. If you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's going to have to downshift on the higher hills, but that's just part of it. If you notice that, or know that, heck, on my Sportsters I have to do that. Well, my little red line says in 400 feet now. It was 1/10 of a mile. Now it's 400 feet. Now it's 250. I swung up that pretty fast. And I love the fact that it's got the little lines that are flashing and telling me when I need to make my turn. Because we're coming to the post office. I haven't been here in a while, and we're going to check and see what we got. And then we'll move on. Well, no mail, except junk. I guess that's good. That means no bills. So why do you think the 350 Meteor gets so much love, not only worldwide, but in America now recently? And I think it boils down to the fact that it's really inexpensive to purchase outright. And then of course maintenance costs are low as well too, and then of course the fuel efficiency is, I would say, probably one of the biggest factors. Now there's probably bikes that get better fuel economy. I'm not saying that they do or they don't, but I'm telling you, when you've got a motorcycle that'll get you up to 70 miles an hour and let you ride comfortably at between 55 and 65 without any hesitation or overworking the engine, I think that's something that is really desirable to people today. And doing it at 75 or 80 miles a gallon, or even higher than that, like I mentioned before, I got 90 miles a gallon a couple times, and I'll tell you, it's just really efficient. And with the changing world market, you're finding that people are wanting to have something that is a lot less fuel consumption, and I think that's where this bike really comes into play. And the fact that it just handles like a dream. You can see me going around this corner here. You know, it just handles so nice and easy. And you know, guys my age who have been loyal and die-hard Harley Davidson riders for, well, ever, like myself, over 50 years on a Harley Davidson, which I love the brand. I'm not going to tell you I don't love it, but I'll tell you, it's refreshing to get on a motorcycle that I don't have to lug around. I mean, you know, I'm not a young buck anymore. And the fact of it is that Harley Davidson has really lost a lot of the market share to other motorcycles, including these right here, because these put the fun and joy of motorcycling back in your life, particularly if you're over 65 years old. I'm not yet, thank goodness, a couple more years, but people that are over 65 years old and still want to ride and are just, you know, the Harleys are too heavy, or they feel that they're too powerful, but they still want to get out there and get into this kind of beautiful scenery. I mean, that's really what motorcycling's all about. It's not how fast you can go. That's for the racer guys. And I think that's one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have when they get older is they got these big heavy Road Kings and Road Glides, and they end up going into trikes, and that's cool, but it's not a bike, it's a trike. Not saying I never would, but I know I have a bad knee. You know, when you play football when you were a kid and do a lot of martial arts and stuff like that I've done, you basically are hard on your body, and so I can feel it sometimes when I get the old Road King out and I put my foot down. I'm going, oh God, it's heavy. You know what I mean? Something like this, you can really enjoy the sport, if you will, of motorcycling, and you can do it cost effectively. I think these are reasons why Royal Enfield Meteor 350 is getting more love every day worldwide, and especially here in the United States. You know, I really love coming back here in these country roads, because you never know what you're going to see, like that deer right there. Don't come out, don't come out. I think she'll be fine. But what I was getting at was, there's all kind of neat things to see, like what's that right there? What's that right there? Have you noticed a little Ronin going by there on his little motorcycle? Well, if you saw that, be a subscriber, make a comment below, send me an email, and we'll put you in the running to win one of our old Man Ronin t-shirts. And it's open worldwide, just like all the other contests that we do. These here, it's going to be one of 2 types of t-shirts before we start our new series, and I'm not sure exactly which t-shirt you'll get. Depends on what size you ask for. We have them all the way up to XXL. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button, share, and comment. You know, I read all the comments and comment on as many as I possibly can. I hope you like videos like this, guys. They seem to be more popular than my other ones, and we're going to keep doing as much Meteor content and Himalayan content as we possibly can. Well, at least until the Royal Enfield comes and asks for their motorcycle back. Until next time, guys, ride safe and keep her on 2 wheels, baby.